Hey everyone, as if you watched the other video before, you would know that I have done my duels with my against Paradox Brothers and Seeker and Esperoba, but the production stage is going to take ages, and because both of those duels were really long, Esperoba and Seeker specifically, I won't reveal anything, but their duel went for over an hour, and like, when you produce videos like this, well, for the way I do it anyway, so all of the raw material is there, it's all done, but the thing is, to put that back through the video editor that I use, I then have to bounce that back, and because that video is an hour long, it's probably going to take an hour and 45 roughly for that video to get processed with all the audio bits that get added to it, all the imaging and all that. And along with that, then there is also the upload time to YouTube as well, and putting all that together with how long that duel took, there is no feasible possible way at this time that I would have that ready by this time. So I went with those random duels I did in the last episode, and on this one, people have asked me about the campaign on this before, and have even said, could you do a playthrough of it? And well, the campaign on this loosely follows the story. So if we select on Duelist Kingdom here, actually this one, that's just a tutorial duel, and it doesn't even follow Yugi and Joey's decks. They're completely random decks. But for example, Heart of the Cards, you will get little story cards pop up on this, and for my very own Yu-Gi-Oh series, which I mentioned a little while ago, this is kind of what I was referring to. Instead of it being a full-blown animation, I could have character text boxes and just their imaging popping up and down like this and tell the story that way, because doing a full-blown animation, while it's something I could probably learn, I have never done it before, and in terms of drawing animation, that's out of the question. I can't draw to save my life. But basically this will loosely follow the Duelist, well, pretty much follows the Duelist Kingdom story. And so we do kind of get a little mini series that I can do here with Legacy of the Duelist story mode. So it even uses the same words that they used in the anime, which is kind of cool. How's the old man feeling? Kaiba, you sleaze, what have you done to him? We had a duel, that's all, with each of us putting up our most valuable card at surprise. But I guess playing against a champion like myself was just too much stimulation for the old fool. Kaiba, you should be ashamed of yourself. And look at the sweet prize I won. Great, has it enough. Really though, would Kaiba ever do that to a Blue Eyes White Dragon? Kaiba loves a Blue Eyes White Dragon too much. The Blue Eyes White Dragon is a rare and powerful card, and this one will never be used against me. My Blue Eyes White Dragon, my treasure. How could you do such a thing? Yeah, it's all anime. So, Solomon will hand Yugi. I built this deck. I put my soul in these cards. And I taught you everything I know, Yugi. Are you ready to play, Runt? Playtime is over, Kaiba. And then Yami Yugi, or Atem, pops out. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It lets you go through the story. Now, here we go, user deck. I can literally use any deck in all these pre-made decks as well. So against Kaiba's weak deck at the start, I can play, there we go, Anna Kaboom, Rail Kaboom. I know that deck. Anna Kaboom pretty much gets this train card and can make it almost up to like 10,000 attack, but then she'll receive life point damage at the end. It's like an atomic bomb style kind of deck. But I can use all the user decks here as well against the in-game's NPC. I do it with my own custom decks, the actual series that we've been watching for a while, because they're more true to the anime decks. Anyway, let's use story deck. So story deck, it loosely follows Duelist Kingdom, but the reason why I did my custom decks is because they loosely follow it. They don't completely follow it. So Yugi's first duel against Kaiba here does focus on trying to get Exodia. So a few cards have been added to make that more feasible for Yugi. For example, Graceful Charity. Kaiba also has Ancient Rules, so he can summon a Blue Eyes without a tribute and all that. So cards have been added to them which aren't in their anime. That's why I did the custom decks, because there we go. Heart of the Underdog, that was never in Yugi's deck in the anime. Alright, let's ditch Toric and Mammoth Graveyard. We'll pull Sangan down. Heart of the Underdog, that's a good card though. When you draw, if you draw just a normal monster, you can reveal it and then you can draw another card. Although if Kaiba don't get my Sangan off, I am summoning the Summon Skull. Battleox, nice. And Aquamador, why would you flip that up into attack mode? That's silly. Aquamador is much better on defense, Kaiba. Yep, let's go with an Exodia piece. Now, the Heart of the Underdog will only be for your normal draw phase. So yeah, different style. I'm not doing 2 human players while I watch and commentate. I am... Okay, Heart of the Underdog. I can reveal my Dark Magician and I can draw another card. I can reveal my Gaia the Fierce Knight and I can draw another card. So, ooh, Swords of Revealing Light. Very nice. Let's go with... Actually, no, let's go with Celtic Guardian. Very nice. Let's protect the Celtic Guardian. And let's attack Aquamador. So Celtic Guardian is safe. Ah, Shadow Spell. Nicely done, Kaiba boy. So, for example, Kaiba never had Aquamador. And so, yeah, so it loosely follows the anime, but not to the point where I made those custom decks. Did some backgrounding on them, and I'm surprised that Kaiba hasn't got a Blue Eyes yet. But my swords will keep me safe. I can reveal my Beaver Warrior and draw another card. I can reveal my Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress and draw another card. So, you know, most of Yugi's cards are in there. I like Kuribo. Kuribo's not a normal monster, so the effect stops. Let's play Griffor. And end turn, we'll wait, we'll get Summon Skull. Next turn I have to discard. Let's throw Beaver Warrior and Gaia, just in case I need a 4-star. Let's put Gaia in the bin, because there's no Gaia the Dragon Champion. Lajin, the Mystical Genie, but you can't attack me because I have Swords of Revealing Light, Kaiba. And Yugi has multiple copies of it too, which is kind of unfair considering he has Exodia in his deck. So that's a combined total of 9 turns that Kaiba can't attack for. Alright, with Summon Skull, let's get rid of at least one of Kaiba's attacking monsters. So I've played through the whole campaign on this game. I've done all the Duelist challenges on this profile. I haven't done that on the other Switch, on the other profile, but I've played enough that I've just bought all the cards off the booster packs. That's why I originally thought that I would need 2 Switches to do like custom duels. When in the end I can do them to an extent. All of the game's inbuilt decks, that will at least give me a good starting point on fulfilling that childhood dream of having like a 1000 deck Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. So I can start to analyze some decks, and I'm sure everyone out there would probably get a kick out of it as well. And of course I will still run the Duelist Kingdom and Battle City series as they were. I just ran out of production time today and I want to get something onto the channel. I can double up the effect of Heart of the Underdog. I also have Monster Reborn. Kaiba's got a big scary dragon, but he can't attack me. Let's put Mystical Elf down. And let's get rid of Aquamador. Negate attack, which was one of Kaiba's cards, so yeah, it follows them fairly close. When you go a little bit further into the series, sometimes the decks get a little bit questionable, but in general, it's not too bad. Be like watching the anime. Okay, I got 2 more turns on my swords. There's another Sangan, which I can play. I really need a normal monster, and then I can double the effect of Heart of the Underdog. If you double Heart of the Underdog's effect, the second card, if you pick up, if that's an effect monster, it sort of cancels out you picking up a normal monster if that's what you did with the first one. Okay, there we go. Heart of the Underdog. Yep. So we'll activate both of them. 1. Ooh. 2. So, okay, Sangan was the second one picked up, which means the effect of that being a normal monster gets sort of cancelled out. But the thing is, because I have another Sangan, I have 2 of them on the field, which means I can flip them both up. I can go into my battle phase. I'll flush some points. And let's draw Yugioh's head. And with the other Sangan, let's attack the Blue Eyes White Dragon again. Flush my life points. Ah, I did not realize that with Sangan. I did not know I could only use one of them per turn. Ah, well. Whoops. I've got a Monster Reborn. I can use Monster Reborn and destroy Sangan next turn. I need to... Okay. Karibo. I am still protected from my swords. I have never noticed that about Sangan. I did not know you could only use one of them per turn. Little things you realize when you are playing through a digital game is the rules or how you played as a kid. Oh, we got the Yugioh anyway. The rules you played as a kid weren't always correct, as I have found out. Okay, Yugioh is going to come through and blow Kaiba away. And now we will get, you play only for power, Kaiba, and that is why you lost. But if you put your heart in the game, there is nothing you can't do. It seems Kaiba boy has been defeated in a duel. Yeah, and then you get victory points. You get some selection of cards as well. You actually get cards that these two use. Because I've already got all the cards, it doesn't apply anymore. And what you can do is reverse duel. So I can now play as Kaiba with story deck. I can also use a user deck to destroy Yugi. However, but now I can play as Kaiba's story deck, which is close enough to the anime. Now, I have tried beating Yugi with Kaiba's story deck before, and I don't think I've ever been successful. It is extremely difficult. It is extremely difficult. Okay, that is rubbish. I have got no monsters to summon. So yes, that is the issue with Kaiba's deck in this very first duel, is he has a lot of high-level monsters. Beaver Warrior. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to win this. Like, I've tried multiple times. The way I beat, because like, to pass a game like 100%, you have to beat the reverse duels. But you can use your user deck. See, this is ridiculous. I don't have any cards to summon. So literally, like, I can use a user deck. I can use whatever deck I want, and I can play against them, which is cool. Like, so I can play against Yugi as, say, that's a super heavy samurai deck that was in the last video. For example, I can play that against Yugi in this. So you might ask, why didn't I do this? Why do I use like 2 human players while I sit there and commentate on custom-made decks? Basically because Kaiba's anime deck didn't have Gyaku Tenno Megami, and Summoner's Art wasn't in it. So, and I'm going to surrender this and redraw my hand because I'm gonna get, oops, yes. Let's redraw my hand because that is ridiculous. I'm getting absolutely slaughtered because I can't play any monsters. So through this, you will go all the way through Duelist Kingdom. You will go through Battle City. Then I think it was Seal of Orichalcos. It doesn't have Rebecca, unfortunately. It also doesn't have... Wall of Illusion. That was in Kyber's starter deck, from memory. There's Shadow Spell. Ancient Rules will let me summon level 5 or higher normal from my hand, but I could use that on Gyakuteno Megami, but I would like to use it on the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. Yes, I will use Shadow Spell on that. I will keep Wall of Illusion down so Yugi wants to... Okay. Mesmeric Control. Nothing doing. So yes, you have to try and beat Yugi pretty quick on this because he does have Exodia. I have had him summon Exodia in like the first 10 turns before as well. And Summon Skull, that will go back to his... Oh, he's... Okay, he's elected not to attack. He doesn't want it to go back to his hand. Grappler in defense mode. So I have also been meaning to do this with Forbidden Memories and Duelist of the Roses, do a little playthrough here and there of them as well, for fun as well. Grappler in the graveyard. Alright. Another face down defense, hey Yugi. You've got that big musty old skull on the field. And does Kyber have any cards that are somewhat... I need a Blue Eyes. So, in Story Deck, sometimes one of them is a lot more powerful than the other. I didn't do this game with using Story Deck. I didn't pass all the story mode using the Story Decks. I use my own deck because they're just not strong enough. Sometimes it just takes too long. He's probably going to attack me now. Yes, Summon Skull will go back to his hand, but that's a good move because he can take 3,500 life points from me, and he can tribute and get his Summon Skull back to the field the next turn if he so desires. I really need a Blue Eyes. Really need a Blue Eyes, or another 5-star would be nice. So, negate attack's okay, but I don't really have any choice. I need to start getting these cards off of his field. We can chuck down negate attack and we can get rid of... I can do more points with Sangan. He'll tribute it anyway and activate its effect. Alright, he's only got Horn Imp now. But I really need... But he's going to tribute it and he's going to summon back the Summon Skull on this turn. We'll keep Gyakuteno Megami on the field. Negate attack ends his battle phase as well. I need the Blue Eyes. That's not Blue Eyes. Struggling here. I need the defense. I need a dragon. Yugi's probably got at least 2 bits of Exodia in his hand. Yes, he has Pot of Greed. He has Graceful Charity. He has every card possible, every banned card possible as well, to give him the advantage he needs to draw Yugioh 2. It's very hard to win this with Kaiba's story deck. Okay, stop defense. That does nothing. I have to go for it. Can't use that on my Sword Stalker. I need to save that for my Blue Eyes if I ever draw it. I knew he was going to do that. Knew it before he even played it. So yes, the Yugi story deck is a lot better than Kaiba's. Ah, he's just used Monster Reborn on Sangan. And that would be a Dark Magician or a Gaia. It is a Dark Magician. Yep, Sangan's effect is devastating. Ah, he's already got it. Dang. So, like I said, it is extremely difficult to win that duel as Kaiba. So, for example, let's do one more. Let's do Ultimate Great Moth. So, after his win with Seto Kaiba, Yugi was puzzled to receive a package. So, you know, go through all your story like you did from the anime. Sort of get like a recap out of it. If I could do voices a little bit better, maybe I could try that, but I'm not that good at doing these characters' voices. So, unfortunately, you don't get to do the duel with Pegasus. It just goes through the story. Pegasus will say he wasn't the one who invented the game, it was the ancient Egyptians, and there is some magic inside your Millennium Puzzle. And saying how the great power was locked away. So the two of them dueled. Obviously Pegasus won after nearly getting his illusionist faceless mage attacked from Yugi's summoned skull in that match, but he's like, if you were able to complete that attack, I would have lost. But I didn't, did I? And then he snatches Grandpa's soul, and then you get to Duelist Kingdom. So it does skip bits and pieces of story, because obviously on the boat you meet My Valentine, Rex Raptor, and Weevil takes Yugi's Yugioh cards and chucks them off the boat. Story deck. Archlord Zerato. That's a cool looking card. There are 10,027 cards on this game. And this game came out in 2019, so 2024 now. So how many cards are in the game now? Probably 13,000 or so. So yeah, this game doesn't have some of the newer cards, but okay, old Weevil's going first. It would have been nice if they set the fields already. Alright, Yugi does have Guy the Dragon Champion. He's got two of them. So yes, he does double up cards. Ooh, Mammoth Graveyard. If that's Killer Needle. Ah, it isn't. Yeah. So, big insect. Okay, if you don't want those things to keep popping up, like if you have this game and you don't want that to continuously pop up, hold B. I think it does it on all Yu-Gi-Oh games, but that annoying pop-up thing that does this, yeah. Hold down your B button and that will stop prompting you every... Oh! Look what I have, Weevil. Look what I have. So yes, Yugi played Gaia the Dragon Champion. So the decks are focused to try to summon the monsters that they used during the story. So the decks change as you go throughout the story. So when we reach GX, Yugi will start using his GX cards, which is nice. Let's go with Mammoth G as well. Okay, you will take no battle damage for the rest of the turn. See, Weevil didn't have Waboku, So that's what I mean. That's why I decided not to do my Duelist Kingdom series and Battle City series this way, because the decks, they do have cards that they never used. So do some of my decks, but they fit the theme, if that makes sense. Waboku doesn't fit Weevil's theme at all, so... Because some decks we didn't see a lot of during the Duelist Kingdom and Battle City seasons, so I had to improvise with some of the decks. Using the show itself, a little bit of Google as well. Ah, damn. Weevil! Bro! Literally 2600 because you just didn't want to take a direct attack? Weevil, that was a terrible decision. You should have got Guy the Dragon Champion off the field. And that is also why the AI is not fantastic in this game. It is designed to sort of let you progress in the story and kind of let you win here and there. Celtic Guardian. Alright, get rid of Kamikiri Man. Petite Moth. Okay, we're doing some damage to old mate Underwood now. So yeah, I reckon during the next week or so, I reckon I might dust out my Forbidden Memories, load up my old save on my one of 3 memory cards, whatever which one it is on my PS1 memory cards. I use the 3 memory card trick for Forbidden Memories. Ooh, that's not the greatest card in the world, because if it's destroyed, it goes to the top of your deck. But I will play it. He played it with Beaver Warrior. I'll play it on Beaver Warrior. Can you face up to my mighty monsters, Weevil? 26, 19, sweet. Good win. So yeah, when you use the story deck, I can't really say for the rest of the game, because once I got past like pretty much Duelist Kingdom, I just used my own deck because it was faster, it was easier. But let's flip around. Let's check out a Weevil vs Yugioh on Phantom Duin. Of all the 10,027 cards, literally it will pick one at random. Whether it's good, whether it's old, whether it's no longer even worth having in a deck. Okay, see now, Weevil never had Graceful Charity in his deck. I was lucky enough to draw Forest though. Yeah, let's play Howling Insect. And I'm going to play Graceful Charity because I don't need Terraforming. And I don't need Basic Insect. Although Basic Insect was almost like Weevil's trump card, wasn't it? He played it against Raptor in that little skirmish duel that they had. As for story duels, it doesn't have every single duel. The Paradox Brothers aren't in this. For example, I guess because of the nature of their duel, they couldn't do it. Activate the effect of Howling Insect. Yes, I can get a 1500 or less attack. See, Resonance Insect. Weevil never had that. I don't even know what that card is. Oh, that's not a bad effect though. I'm going to grab a Cocoon and put that in defense. I am protected. I won't be able to get that off the field for a little while. There's Forest again. But yes, again, Yugioh is hard to defeat if you are going on the opposite side of story deck. I did literally all of the reverse duels with my own deck. Yugioh also has Mirror Force stalking around in his deck as well. While my Cocoon is safe, if I drew a Petite Moth, I could fuse them together Toric. Yugi did play that in their anime duel. Wasn't on the field for long. He used Monster Recovery card and sent it back to his hand. There's another Graceful Charity. Shouldn't need that anymore. Get rid of Hercules Beetle. I have an idea. Let's play Big Insect. Let's equip it with laser cannon armor. Then let's use Cocoon of Ultra Evolution, which again, obviously, Weevil didn't use in the anime, but by using this, I can get Great Moth to the field. I can also get Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth to the field. Well, Yugi took on the original Great Moth. Let's see you take on the Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, Yugi boy. With 3,700. And now, with an attack on Beaver Warrior, that stupid Horn of the Unicorn will now go to the top of Yugi's deck. So that is going to be the card he draws next. I have 3,700 points of attack power on my field, Yugi boy. How are you possibly... Okay, unnecessary. This is why... See, that's a terrible move. That does nothing. This is why, in fact, that... Oh, you... Okay. Pot of Greed. Again, Weevil did not have that in Duelist Kingdom. He also didn't have... Well, he might have had Howling Insect, but we didn't see his full deck, of course. But I now have to sit here and wait for those stupid Swords of Revealing Light to wear off. As long as he don't draw Mirror Force, I'm happy. What are you doing? Ah, yeah. Hey, my Cocoon. Hehe, man-eater bug. I will destroy your Hercules Beetle. Or my Hercules Beetle. And that stupid horn will go back to the top of your deck, Yugi boy. And you will now draw no new cards. What are you doing? You just sacrificed 2 defensive shields for Gaia the Fierce Knight. Meanwhile, I will set this so you can destroy it. And those swords aren't going to last forever, old Yugi boy. Huh, I wonder what you drew. Was it a Horn of the Unicorn by chance? Yeah, Resonance Insect. Oh, there's Great Moth again. Can't really do anything with it though, because I need to use... There's Petite Moth. I literally just gotta wait for Yugi's swords to run out. So fortunately, it looks like it is a bit easier to beat Yugi with Weevil than what it is with Kaiba, which doesn't really make any sense, but... Weevil was never able to just summon Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth like that in the series, either. Okay, attack mode. Is it? Is it Mirror Force? It could be. I'll take the risk, but it very well could be Mirror Force. You bastard. Yes. It was indeed Mirror Force. And the thing is, I don't think Weevil has anything in his deck, on this story deck, to actually stop Mirror Force from being activated. So I won't be able to beat Gaia the Fierce Knight now. But yeah, these story decks are cool. You get to play as the characters. I'm probably going to get slaughtered from here. But yeah, Weevil gets to use some cards he didn't actually use in Duelist Kingdom to, I guess, make his deck a bit more functional, a little bit more competitive. And as this one wraps up... Ooh, no, I need an equip card, don't I? Which I could draw. I'm sure Weevil's got a few more of them stalking around in his deck. Although, is it from the deck, or can I... Monster in your... No, it has to be from the deck, and I've got that and that in my hand. I think there's more than a few of them in the deck, but... Ooh, Killer Needle. You know what? Let's do it. Let's see how much you like my Killer Needle. Then he attacks Mammoth Graveyard. Oh, come on. Come on, just let me get that one win. Let's see how much you like my Killer Needle. And then out came Mammoth Graveyard and they stalemated in the anime. Attack my face down. Attack my big insect and lose 500. At 500 points off Yugi. Gokibor. I need an equip card, and I need it soon. I need an equip card, and then I can get Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth back to the field. Horn Imp. You can't defeat me with your Horn Imp or your Mammoth Graveyard. Because I have a flea. So, yeah, what do you think about that, Yugi? I'm not going to win this match. That will only be 2200 defense. I still might get another turn in. I don't think Yugi will have enough to completely wipe out my life points. That is completely unnecessary. And if both of them get destroyed, they will both go to the top of Yugi's deck. And the thing is, even if I summon Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth now, it will have equal amount of attack. Although doesn't its effect... Oh, it doesn't have the like the attack power reducing effect. Oh, that's not fair. I could have used the effect. Oh, that's not fair. That is not fair at all. Whatever, I lose. You know what, I'll let him knock me out. I could have used that effect. I was so close to actually being able to use that and that again and summon another Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. Anyway, Yugi wins. So I'll call it that. Yeah, okay, I'll go through the rest of these. As you see, it goes down. It doesn't have the Paradox Brothers. It doesn't have the duel that Yugi had with Kaiba, like earlier when he was facing Ghost Kaiba. But as you see, all the duels are there. There's Taya and Maya. There's Pegasus and Kaiba. The finals, the match of the Millennium. That is when Bandit Keith was under control. So there's no Rebecca, there's no Duke Devlin, unfortunately. Then there's Battle City, which again, they pretty much loosely follow their anime decks, but not completely. So there's no Esperoba, unfortunately. Why there isn't an Esperoba is a damn shame. But literally, nope, he's not there. There is a Shizu. The Loomis and Umbra's duel isn't in here either, but there's a duel with Marek. A New Evil, that's Alistair, that's Valen, Raphael. Raphael's deck was really cool. And then Darts. And then it skips ahead and it goes straight to the final duel with Yugi and Pharaoh attempt. Literally all the GX is there as well. All goes through the story, and I've only seen these 2 arcs, Yu-Gi-Oh! And GX. I've never actually seen these, their animes. But anyway, that's where I'll call it there. I can do a little bit of a story playthrough as another bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Content add-on. My production I will do that tomorrow when I wake up straight away. All my raw file is there. It just will take so long because that duel was like an hour long. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. What do you think about the deck series? For those who didn't see the last duel, I can go in single player. Let's do this. That will do. So if I go into user deck, I can literally use all these pre-made decks, and we can get some. Those are my user decks. Yeah. So you know, Electrum Hero, Eye of the Cloud. Oh, those Cloudian cards are good. Flame Wing Hero, Formula for Success, Future Hero. Oh, Yugioh monsters, they're cool as well. There's literally so many possibilities. I think I might actually start doing some exhibition matches more often as well as doing the Battle City and Duelist Kingdom series as well. I am keen to do more Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. Durak, those are wicked. That's a wicked deck. Hard as a rock. There's a euphemism for that. Behind the Mask, that could be a Rey Mysterio deck. Shout out to Joe and Jason for putting in their thoughts for a WWE themed. What decks would... Last level of the Dragon. Oh, Jama Hero. Okay. Like, literally, there's so many decks here. Like, so many decks. Anyway, I've talked enough. I'm going to start getting some production done. Wish me luck, it's going to take me ages, but I'll get there in the end. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.